This is Norma monolithic hollow point 108 grain 9mm micro compact full size and pistol carbine accuracy and velocity comparison. We are going to be using our lab radar Doppler radar chronograph to get velocity measurements today. This video was filmed at the beautiful Banner Range, and while it was a very hot day today, we got there early to beat the closing due to the extreme heat warning that would develop this afternoon. Which reminds me, besides hearing protection and eye protection, make sure on days like today you have adequate hydration available. You don't want to drop due to heat stroke or something stupid like that. And now, let's hit the range. Now let's compare the targets and crunch the numbers. Starting with the SIG, we see, well, I don't know if you want to call that a group. I'm not going to call it a group. It's pretty mediocre on the accuracy. Our average velocity is 1,073 feet per second. Highest velocity is 1,011 feet per second. Lowest velocity, 1,055 feet per second. Extreme spread of 55 and standard deviation of 19.8. Moving to the Beretta, we see what I'm going to call a very good group for me. We have an average velocity of 1,146 feet per second, highest velocity 1,177 feet per second, lowest velocity 1,116 feet per second, extreme spread of 16, and standard deviation of 23.9. Now, how does that compare to the numbers stated on the box? Let's find out. Now, the box has an advertised velocity of 1,312 feet per second, and if you follow the asterisk, that's out of a 6-inch barrel. But wait, there's more. What inspired this video is the third bullet point. One fits all, recommended for pistol carbines, full-size, compact, sub, and ultra-compact pistols. Well, I feel like the Beretta 92FS is going to represent the full-size pistol, and the SIG P365 SAS will represent the compact, subcompact, ultra-compact in its micro-compact status. As far as pistol carbines, we're going to come back to that. But let's see how this stacks up against, say, vanilla range ammo like CCI Blazer aluminum 115 grain FMJ. Examining the targets and crunching the numbers on the bottom left with the CCI Blazer from the SIG, we actually see what I'm going to call a grouping on the target that's okay, and the numbers, well, they're not that dissimilar from what we achieved from the Norma ammo. Our average velocity is 1,040 feet per second, highest velocity 1,053 feet per second, lowest velocity 1,005 feet per second, extreme spread of 48 with a standard deviation of 13.9. Moving to the Beretta on the bottom right, we see, and you're going to have to ignore some of our target practice shots on this one. I should have hung like 8 targets, but it was hot and I only hung 4 because I didn't know when the cutoff was. But anyway, we see a pretty good to very good group with our average velocity being 1,075 feet per second, highest velocity 1,094 feet per second, lowest velocity 1,055 feet per second, extreme spread of 38 with a standard deviation of 13.3. Now, one thing we do see here is there is a noticeable difference in the velocity, but not quite what the box quotes, but 4.9 versus 6 inches. Okay, there's some wiggle room there. Now, one question to ask is, did the 91 to 93 degree temperature with 65-ish % humidity, which is like a 100-degree plus heat index, sweaty palm affect our accuracy with the SIG the first go round in a negative nature and cause it to show poorly? And off camera, we fired an additional 5 rounds through the SIG and the Beretta using the Norma ammo, and as you'll notice now, those targets that are unblurred out look pretty much no different than they did before, which I'm going to say is an indication that the sweaty palm heat index effect had no effect on our accuracy with these firearms. Now, how about we put that pistol carbine bullet point to the test with a little more range time. Okay, we're getting readings on it, so let's go. Now, looking at our target, I'm going to say we have a good group on our 6-inch target at 25 yards with the iron sights. Crunching the numbers, we have an average velocity of 1,391 feet per second. Our highest velocity was 1,450 feet per second. Lowest velocity was 1,257 feet per second. Extreme spread was 193 with a standard deviation of 67. Now let's compare that to some range ammo, like again that CCI Blazer aluminum 115 grain full metal jacket cheap target ammo. No reading on the dot. I put some extra ammo in. Okay. 9 mil, huh? Yeah.
Closer.
What you shooting there?
22 right here. And I'll be shooting a 53. You ever seen one of these?
Looking at our target for the CCI ammunition, we see what I'm going to call a good grouping for the 6-inch target at 25 yards with iron sights. Our average velocity comes out to 1,313 feet per second. Our highest velocity was 1,323 feet per second. Lowest velocity is 1,291 feet per second. Our extreme spread is 32 with a standard deviation of 11.5. Now you'll notice here that the average velocity for the CCI is basically what the box of the Norma says that we would get, though the average velocity for the Norma out of the pistol carbine was what I'm going to call significantly higher than what the box says. Well, that can happen. We're shooting a, I don't know what that's, a 16-inch barrel instead of the 6-inch barrel, so we would expect the velocity to be higher. And interestingly enough, out of my Scorpion pistol, I'm going to call it quote pistol, which has an 8-inch barrel, I got a velocity the last time I tested this ammo averaged 1420 feet per second. So higher than what I get out of my carbine. But does that have to do with the temperature, which it was like 40 degrees or more colder that day? Who knows? We're going to revisit that in a later video in a Scorpion pistol versus carbine Norma ammo test. So look for that in the future. One thing we haven't talked about till now is energy, and let's do that. If we look at the Norma ammo, on average, we had 463.9 foot-pounds of energy on that ammunition. Now comparing that to the CCI Blazer 115 grain full metal jacket compared to the 108 grain monolithic hollow point, we see we have 440.12 foot-pounds of energy for the CCI Blazer ammunition. Is 23 foot-pounds of energy enough in 9mm to make a difference? I'm going to let you be the judge on that. What I am looking forward to is seeing how this Norma monolithic hollow point ammunition performs in our meat target and or water jug test when we do it using the micro compact full size and pistol carbine firearm here shortly in the future. Well, I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day.